1996 questions of history we are discussing here from UPSC previous year's papers. The Sufi saint who mentioned that devotional music was one way of coming close to God was. I am revising. The Sufi saint who mentioned that devotional music was one way of coming close to God was. Option Moinuddin Chishti, option B Baba Farid, option C Sayyid Muhammad Gesudaras, option D Shah Alam Bukhari. Here it's very difficult for me to give answer because here specific reading is required. Say, till here all right, that I am just using my gauging power with previous knowledge. Say, what is Sufism in Islam? Actually, music is not allowed. But in Sufism, being Islamic, they are having good sense of music. Inspired, Qawwali is a type of music introduced in India because of this Sufism. So answer can be searched out as now we are having time. But in practice, while reading, we have to focus accordingly because in classes or whatever that internet lectures, we are having limitation. We are not able to go to this depth. And so, what we are calling again and again that external reading is required, reference book reading is essential, that's why. So here answer that goes Baba Farid. Now Mughal painting, next question. Keep in mind we are discussing only history questions and not British. That is Indian national freedom struggle from Britishers right now. Now, next question. Mughal paintings reached its zenith under Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir and Shah Jahan. Chronologically, Shah Jahan is the last here in given sequence. And so, we may say that at zenith means during Shah Jahan. Keep in mind, let us go in somewhat detail now. Try to recollect. In case of Babur, he ruled over India for just 4 years. After that, Humayun, he was not able to rule constantly over India. And then he got power. Only 1.5 years he was able to rule. So obviously I have to rule out, as Babur is not given, that option is failed. Second, Humayun, that is also not proper here. Now Akbar. Akbar is really great. Say, what is the plus point of Akbar? Say, he was Muslim ruler, but he was not sticking to entire principles of Islam. Best example I may say here that he established that Tawfiq-e-Ilahi, or that is laterally known as Din-e-Ilahi. So like that, various new concepts he adopted. Indian artwork was really great. But certain these nomadic tribes or whatever the earlier rulers, they denied it. But Akbar was patron of all these. And so, music was having important place in the court of Akbar. Same way, the paintings and construction of new buildings, architecture, that everything was started flourished during rule of Akbar. Akbar was able to carve out vast empire in India. It was still Ahmednagar in south and almost North India, with fewer exceptions of state, they were under rule of Akbar. The next ruler, Humayun, he was, next ruler, Jahangir, Salim, he was actually supposed to be at highest point because he was left with very vast empire by Akbar. And then because of Nur Jahan, his wife, who married with Salim, that means Nur Jahan married with Salim at the age of some 30 plus, when Nur Jahan was something 32 or 33, I don't remember now. But this is late marriage. Nur Jahan was very, very clever. Initially she was wife of Subedar of Awadh, but she was having Persian origin. She was Muslim, but Persian origin. And then she introduced Persian artists in the Mughal court. In some book it is mentioned that tremendous amount of wealth is distributed over these Persian people and Persian artists. Actually there should be, in budget, there should be some balancing point. Where here balancing point was not maintained. But anyway, we are talking of only art side. Then Nur Jahan is a proper, I can say, a person. Because of her, the artwork in India developed at its zenith. Plus, Persian added out. And that's why most probable answer here, that should be Jahangir and not Shah. Mughal paintings, especially portrait paintings, were reached at zenith during Jahangir's rule, as we discussed earlier. The name of his court I am giving here, that should be supposed to be best artist in those time. They are Bisham Das, Murad, Mansoor and Bhajat. These painters were famous during. Now this is all I am discussing according to the syllabus. Many questions always we are having in mind, that why not Indian paintings were considered as great? Why not Indian architecture was considered as great? Why we had to always take help? That is because of Persian, because of Turkey, etc. The reason is that this is not supposed to be real history. Say, many styles of drawing were present in India, but during medieval part of history, many invaders like nomads of Hun, like invaders destroyed variety of things. Just look at any ancient temple in India. Go to South India, observe various temples. Even in North, you can observe various old temples. You will find a fantastic proportionality is there in the idols created by ancient people. Paintings, if I am telling that Ajanta caves or Ellora caves, they are having very good paintings, particularly in Ajanta caves, that is in Aurangabad district of Maharashtra. Formerly it was called as Khadki, or it was renamed as Sambhajinagar also by some people. So Aurangabad, that is name given by Aurangzeb, Mughal emperor only. So near in that district, but near or close to Buldhana district, Ajanta caves are there. You will get fantastic paintings in that caves also. Anyway, we are discussing about paper. So again I am focusing out. So with my knowledge, answer is Jahangir. The term, next question, the term apabhransh. Say while writing in English, they are writing as apabhransh, but proper word is there, Sanskrit word is there, that is apabhransh. So the term apabhransh was used in medieval Sanskrit text to denote. Say, my mother tongue is Marathi. With my knowledge of history, I am saying the Marathi is having origin in Sanskrit. But the sequence is not like that, as we are saying that Marathi that is originated from Sanskrit directly. No, this sequence is not actually. So properly I am giving you sequence. This sequence is like that. Sanskrit, I am purposefully writing out here that I and you. The reason is that the pronunciation goes more towards you and not towards I, but they are writing I, so I am writing I. Actually this R, the swar, that is vowel, is not there in English, and therefore we can't spell out, write down properly this word. So this is Sanskrit. Now Sanskrit was having 6 languages. They are called as Prakrit languages. These 6 Prakrit languages were considered as important Prakrit languages. The grammar of these Prakrit languages, 6 Prakrit languages, were given by Panini, expert grammarian. Now, certain names, I am not giving all 6 names, but certain names, say for example, Paishachi, that the word is Pishacha, from that, this is called as usually Tadhit in Sanskrit grammar. So that is called as Paishachi language. Then Shauraseni, Magadhi, Maharashtri, like that various languages are there, they are called as Prakrit language. Out of that, Maharashtri language is considered as best Prakrit language. And many times the grammar is given for Maharashtrian language only. So, out of 6 Prakrit, important language I am writing here, all the languages are important, but from grammar point of view, Panini says Maharashtrian language is important, and then many times he give like that, Tathaivacha means according to. So, whenever difference are there, they are giving. But whenever not differences, then they are saying that okay, Tathaivacha. Tathaivacha means what? We have to go by this. Now, Maharashtrian language, don't consider immediately that they should be there in Maharashtra only. No. This was massive group of people, say for example Maharashtra, parts of Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, parts of UP, like that. Various parts of India, particularly central, north and south India, that this language was there. So this is Maharashtrian language. Now Maharashtrian language in Maharashtra, it was changed to language that is called as Maharashtri Apabhransh. The word should be like that, Apabhransh. So it was called as Maharashtri Apabhransh. Then Maharashtri Apabhransh, that was converted into Old Marathi, somewhere around 1200. This language is Old Marathi, and then we are getting whatever the language we are using, that Marathi language in present tense. If I am speaking Marathi, I am aware that I can speak this language. I can understand to certain extent only this language. Say, in English also you may try. If English is whatever we are writing in present tense, you can able to guess. But that die, thou, like that words are used, then difficult to follow. Old English. The same thing is here, that Old Marathi. Then Maharashtriya Apabhransh. It is still difficult. Difficult means what? We are not used to that language. This is something in old days. So, the properly speaking, related with our question, I may say Apabhransh is somewhere considered, I should consider with language. Now, the term Apabhransh was used in medieval Sanskrit text denote option A, outcasts among the Rajput. B, deviation from Vedic rituals. C, early forms of some of the modern Indian language. D, non-Sanskrit verses meters. So, as we discussed earlier only, answer goes for language like option, that is C, the early forms of some of the modern languages. And so, you can go by this sequence, you can check out answer. So, it is not necessary that every time you must have 100% knowledge, but you can guess out, you can connect, correlate, and also try to get answer.